I'm in Toronto. That's why I'm dressed like it's winter, because it is winter where I'm at. And I'm at my friend's house, and I'm just gonna go live real quick. This won't be a. I smoked out my friend. He had a bit of a cold, and I gave him some frankincense, and he's gonna cough up all of that shit. www.smudgealot.com. Anyways, I wanted to talk about this black moon. A black moon is essentially, hey guys, a black moon is essentially two new moons in a calendar month. And I just think it's very fitting that we're coming to the end of the new year. I mean, the end of the year, the end of 2024. And it's January is being kicked off with two new moons. This dark moon is also the point of the moon that's farthest from the earth. Me and my friend, my brethren's wife, we were doing a little bit of research about the black moon before I came on. And I really feel like that's indicative because it speaks a lot about like a time of self-reflection. And if you think about it, it's we're being drawn to the attention of the part of the moon that is not usually visible to the eye, the dark face of the moon. So think about the part of yourself that is least accessible to people, that you keep maybe coveted just for you. This could be your innocence. This could be a part of your authenticity, regardless of what it is. It's a part that you don't typically share or even maybe acknowledge within yourself. So as a collective, we're going to be asked to look at the part of ourselves that we don't usually acknowledge. And it doesn't have to just be the worst parts of you, your insecurities, your trauma, your pain. We do a lot of that work already, collective. Angel gang gang. A lot of this, though, is maybe the parts you don't feel as maybe valued by people. And there could be a particular connection that is asking for a part of you that maybe went dormant and was kind of lost in the shadow face of you, in the shadow aspect, not accessible, not seen, not felt by people. Could be an affectionate part of you, a romantic part of you, a tender part of you. So don't think of the shadow as just the worst qualities of us that we have to fix or, ascend from. It can also be the parts of you that keep secret. For some of you, collective, it is private information that the universe will encourage you to keep private, because collective, regardless, you have the right to have secrets and to want privacy. But then there are certain connections, collective, that might break past certain barriers of your privacy, meaning you're sharing things with particular people that you typically don't, which strengthen your bond, strengthen your connection, get you to resonate maybe with somebody and feel a sense of connectivity with somebody in a way that you couldn't before because you don't typically reveal this or share this shit. Could be a moment of healing you would have never gotten because maybe you typically wouldn't talk about this kind of trauma or this pain. So there's a lot of opportunity for newness, 2 new moons in 1 month. There's a lot of newness coming in. And for some of you, it might be the way you relate to people and even yourself by allowing this black moon to get you to reflect on the parts of yourself that you put in the dark. Meaning, like, think of if your soul is a house, right? The basement of it, where you don't typically visit, the light's usually off. Maybe that's the part of your house, i.e. soul, that you're going to spend some time in. Think of even the basement of your soul being this dark moon, finding pictures, getting nostalgic, 6 of Cups energy, getting triggered by memories you wouldn't have typically been triggered with. 2 new moons, I also feel is indicative of, we're going to pull cards and see, of course, right? These are just my downloads coming in. I feel like 2 new moons in 1 month kicking off 2025. If you guys remember a couple of years ago, we talked, dare I say predicted, but we talked about how impactful 2025 was going to be. Okay. And I was talking with Jazz the other day, and she was saying, next year is going to be a really big year for people who are have spiritual practices, high priestesses, whether employed or not. but we talked about 2025 and the impact that it would have collectively on a micro and macro level, right? And I feel like this double new moon leading up to 2025 is speaking about the amount of change that your 3D reality is going to experience that I didn't think you anticipated when you were doing all of this internal change and reconstruction from within yourself. Like we talked about before, a lot of this focus was wrapping up the karmic cycles and not really focusing on what these new timelines would require from us. And I believe that this double new moon is a reflection of the new beginning that the collective is in pursuit of, masculine energy, and the new beginning that the collective is drawing in. You didn't have to go out and get it. This is coming to your foot, collective. There's a new beginning coming to your foot. Feminine energy, your faith, your love of self, the abundance, whatever this manifestation is, you reflect it and it's coming to you because you're an energetic vibrational match to it. You don't have to, it's like you're working with the laws through yourself. Masculine, feminine energy are both standing at the top of this year inside of your soul, ready for change. They're not in conflict with each other like maybe past years have been. So I was feeling kind of feeling like uninspired to do like a year ahead. I'm like, I don't know. And then what is a year ahead? A year ahead could be next year, or this year ahead message could refer or be the energy for the year before. Like, really, what is a year ahead reading? And I just wasn't really feeling inspired. And then I was tapping into this black moon energy, and I'm like, oh, this is what this new moon's about. Look at the bottom of the deck, the Magician. This is a time of manifestation. I cried all day. A lot of you are emotional because of energetically what is coming towards you. For some of you, your manifestations and your wish fulfillment are very powerful and affecting, and some of you guys are purging and dealing with some of the emotions preemptively so that you're not overwhelmed by the presence of this manifestation. So if it's a person, for example, you could be almost energetically working through certain emotions preemptively just by yourself. It's like you're triggered by their energy and this union preemptively. Okay. I did a reading on Patreon. Thank you, Patreon gang, for your patience. Okay, this month. There was people up at night, but they were up at night and they couldn't sleep because of something that just happened or transpired, and how excited they were. Or for some of you, it was a conversation that happened and you're up all night just like reflecting and processing this conversation. None of this was anticipated, but energetically, you felt this somehow. There are things that are going to be revealed to you, because think about it, the dark side of the moon as a whole speaks of consciousness, the subconsciousness, right? And then how, when the moon is full, that's our illuminated consciousness, where the subconsciousness now breaches into the conscious mind. We can see it clearly and process it from this awakened place, the sun, right? But this dark moon energy is a lot of this like subconscious programming. Okay, now I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent, but I do want to talk about this. So this dark moon is going to trigger up a lot of the subconscious. So this is the parts of your subconscious mind so deep embedded and so far away from your consciousness, but this affects you. It affects the way you interact with people. It affects the way you live. It affects the way you manifest. The problem is you don't understand that because this is so deeply embedded in your consciousness. Think of the way we have been programmed as a society to look at each other, even the race concept, understanding that we are programmed by a concept that Europeans created in order to fulfill the narrative of conquering and dividing. In order to conquer, you have to divide. And how we live by this programming, it's so deep, how people are afraid of certain people just by the way they look, and how that's so deeply embedded in the consciousness, in the subconscious, right? So these are just a couple of examples. What even draws you to certain people, why you're attracted to certain lovers, only to go, oh my God, why do I keep attracting these kind of people? This is because there is things, there are narratives, there are paradigms, there are thought processes that are deep in your subconscious, i.e. this black moon. And this black moon is going to help trigger up a lot of that so that you can be empowered to apply everything you've learned with regards to consciousness and processing that to what's in this deep subconscious place. And a lot of it was there because you weren't ready to look at it. You weren't ready to process it. You didn't have the patience. You didn't have the self-love. There's a lot of things, there's a lot of insecurities embedded in the subconscious of people that they can't process because they don't have enough self-love to be actually able to do that work. How can somebody do dark work? How can somebody reflect and be accountable when they don't have enough self-love to actually bear them through the tough realities of what we do when we're insecure or we're not being our authentic self? If you don't love yourself, how could you go through that without just feeling like nothing or like a piece of shit? Or just furthering your lack of self-worth, right? This black moon is when there are 2 new moons in 1 month, yes. A new black moon is a black moon. Ooh-wee. I just had this convo last night. Yeah, well, a new moon is when the moon and sun, I don't know, the astrologers in the collective can maybe help me out if I'm not explaining this correctly, but my understanding is a new moon is the reason why we don't see the moon and the sun is because the side that doesn't reflect the sun is what's facing us. And because the sun and moon are in conjunction, we're not getting the reflection or something shit like that, okay? I was born under a new moon. It doesn't exist in my world. Who doesn't exist in your worlds? Self-love is the key to everything. Yeah, but there's levels to that. Anyways, so we're going to pull on how this black moon is going to be affecting people on a more specific level. We talked a little bit collectively about how triggering it can be. So people could be wanting, you might be observing people wanting to be by themselves or needing to take time alone because they're being triggered by this deep subconscious shit that might be a first for them. It might have been so deep in the subconscious that this awareness is brand new to them. So people, you might be watching people wanting to spend time to their self, maybe not being as social, maybe being triggered when they are in social environments, maybe being a little more flaky, like people not, canceling plans last minute. Maybe, whether they have an excuse or not, it just could be because they need time to be alone, process, not feeling like themselves, because themself has one paradigm and narrative, meaning the self that they've been living out. Where this triggering of this deep subconscious is going to affect how you view yourself. Okay, which I hope it does. Because anybody who's going to reject this dark moon could go into a psychosis, could push themselves into isolation in a very traumatic way. Franny, okay? Franny, first of all, I'm not your sister. Don't try to gaslight me into acting like we're kin and we are not. Do you understand me? Okay, what's displeasing to God is your lack of alignment and your projecting of your own illness and your shortcomings onto other people. Align yourself to where it is pleasing to God. This is the problem. This is an example. This is why I don't moderate, because the examples come right to our foot collective. They don't even know that they're being drawn here to be an example for the energy that we're discussing right now. Rejecting the need to look at yourself from a deep level, people being functioned by what is happening in their deep subconscious mind. They have no consciousness as to why they're doing what they're doing, what's drawing them. These are very dangerous people. Very, very dangerous people. I was having this conversation with somebody back in Jamaica. I'm like, who's more dangerous? Somebody who woke up and said, I am going to kill somebody today, or somebody who was angry, triggered, and killed somebody by accident? Who's more dangerous? And we were talking about it. And I believe it's the unconscious person. There are a bunch of people hurting people, killing people, destroying people and families from this unconscious place. It's like making a mess with no consciousness. It's like walking through somebody's home with mud all over your shoes with no consciousness until an hour later, and now there's a giant mess. I feel like I can't look at the chat because it looks like, guys, can you like report some of these? Don't worry, I'm okay. I will ignore them. No, the chat is not trash, okay? There are people drawn and triggered by this. I know exactly what this is, and I have to keep going because this is always going to come with what I do. Oh, Franny's talking about dark magic. That's another thing. All these people who have been doing dark magic are going to have to face the magic, the fate that they casted for other people from the ignorant perspective that they casted those spells and witchcraft, because it's not about the witchcraft, it's about the mind. Remember, first universal law is always of the mind. This dark moon is going, because remember, a lot of the dark magic people do is triggered from this very dark subconscious place of lack of love of self. A lot of these people, okay, who are mad and witchcrafting people are OBIing and witchcrafting and bad-minding people for doing to them the exact same low vibrational bullshit they went and did to other people. So to the universe, there is no imbalance. It's balanced. But people are going to really imbalance themselves going out there and OBI and witchcrafting. And what they're really going to do is there's a lot of people that are cursing themselves. They don't even know they are cursing themselves. All the horrible things they're wishing on people that didn't even do. See, because people, there's a lot of people who hate people. Okay, here's a really great example of how this black moon is going to trigger people's like self-loathing. There are a lot of people who don't understand why they don't like people. If you're one of those people, if there's just somebody that really triggers you, you don't know why you don't like them, or you're not really sure, or if it's some low vibrational reason that isn't good enough to really be able to justify your level of hate and disdain and the actions you take to rise up against somebody, this dark moon is going to reveal to you every part of you, all the parts of yourself that thought it necessary to go and conjure that. It's not going to actually be about that person. You're going to be made aware as to why you really wanted the worst for them, because you were jealous, because you don't love yourself, you don't believe in your own wish fulfillment, you don't believe, you're not focused enough on your own dreams, aspiration, and justice because you don't believe in it. You're going to be made to focus on yourself. If you are waiting, okay, for someone to come in and bring in the happiness to you that you are unable to bring into yourself, this dark moon is going to trigger in you how your lack of self-love is unsustainable and unacceptable. You're going to bear consequences for your lack of love and how you're projecting the need to love yourself onto other people. Because enough of you guys that are yearning for a partner, there's enough people who are obsessively yearning for a partner. I have to have a partner. They can never be single. This is because the need for love, attention, and affection is all external. If there isn't somebody loving you and you don't think about it, if somebody's love is a cup, I was talking about this with a girl in a personal reading. I said, if the love you receive from somebody is in a cup, and you're sipping off of their cup of love, their attention, their affection, their validation of you, but you don't have a cup with any love in it, i.e. water in it, What happens when they take their cup away? You are starving. I mean, you are thirsty. You are dehydrated. You ain't got shit. You're desperate. You're mean. You're not yourself. You'll think that you're better in a relationship than you are by yourself. That's why you have a bunch of people who cannot be by themselves, because they don't have enough self-love to do that. They need the cup of somebody else. And then you get into this succubus energy where you start siphoning, manipulating people not to leave you, and now blackmailing people into loving you. This is where it gets. This is how it gets to that place. You have people who are desperate for the love of other people, of the love of other people, because they ain't got it for themselves. And if you look at it like the water analogy, it makes sense why people will go these horrible lengths, why people won't just when people break up, why people won't just let people go emotionally, energetically, why there's all these ties that people think they're going to cut off. You're not going to cut it off when you feel like that's your water. You feel, this is why you have all these people angry about people moving on to new partners. Oh, they have my water now, and I'm in the desert drying up, and I don't even have a cup of water. You gave them my water. Do you see? This is the sickness, really. You need to have your own water, and then you won't be so desperate for the water of other people. You'll stay in alignment. We're either in alignment or no. And the love can be a mutual exchange. You have water, I have water. You can sip on mine, your cup's over there. You can sip on yours, whatever. Everybody's got water. Okay? Talking about water, I need some water. But I have my own water. They're sizzling. Okay. Not everybody on YouTube has the answer. Don't be triggered. I'm not on here acting like I have the answer. I think you're more triggered by my ability to be able to look within and transmute my own spiritual healing and experience to connect and resonate with other people. I think that's more what you're triggered by, because I don't even think you think I know everything. I just think you're triggered by my ability to be able to reflect on something publicly that you can't. You lack self-awareness, and it triggers you to be in a space of people who have it. But anyways, I digress. Let's pray, and let's see what else this black moon has in store for the collective. Creator, God, Prime Source, ancestors, guides, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Creator, God, Prime Source, ancestors, guides, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. For some of you, this dark moon is going to reveal a side to somebody that you've never seen before. For some of you, yes, it's going to be very disgusting and like, what the fuck? But you needed to see the side of somebody. You needed to know that they were natured this way before you decided to invest with them, before you decided to, start a family with them or get really serious with somebody. It's like the universe is going to save you by showing you the side of somebody that you didn't see, because you were about to make a decision that was not informed. After this dark moon, you'll be able to make more of an informed decision, because you're going to see things you're going to see what was hidden. You're going to see what was being withheld from you. It's like, it is a gift being able to see this, because this is not accessible information. Some of you guys might be made privy or stumble across some like occult information, some secret document, something that is private. Shit, there's so many messages now. But yeah, I think that for some of you, though, this is actually the most tender side of somebody. For some of you, you're about to so there's somebody who's going to reveal to you their most tender side. And I'll be really honest with you, it might come across kind of awkward, because this is something that is so or was so embedded in somebody's subconscious that they had to pull from the subconscious, pull from this dormant conscious, like none, to in the subconscious, into the consciousness, and now into the physical. So somebody is a bit awkward by revealing this nature to you. There's something about, it could be your affectionate side, it could be your childlike side, it could be your really vulnerable side. Like I said, it could be sharing something that you haven't shared with anybody ever in your life. There's like this revealing, this seeing a side to somebody you never saw before. You're going to see people very differently after this dark moon. Going into 2025, you're going to feel differently about some of the people closest to you, for good and for bad, which again will bring this really new energy in, these new beginnings you didn't anticipate. You probably didn't anticipate these new beginnings because you didn't know that this was going to be revealed to you. This was all hidden. So there's a bunch of hidden information that you couldn't have anticipated because you weren't made privy to it yet. So this alone being revealed brings new beginnings. It changes the course of maybe how you thought you were going to progress in the first quarter of 2025. It might not be with who you thought it would be with. It might be with people you didn't think and had no clue. Right? So there is a lot of anticipated change that is occurring going into this 2025 year. So I don't think that for some of you, especially if you resonate with this, you might not be feeling stable because you're like, I don't really know what this year has to bring. It's like your own conscious mind's like, there's no point. We have to let certain things transpire before we start trying to create structure and a plan. So this dark moon, this black moon is going to bring up things that were super dormant, super hidden from you, things that would have helped you make an informed decision. Like some of you guys were about to make a decision on something or someone without having all of this information. And the universe brings it in and you're going to make an informed decision. That is your new beginning. It's not your new beginning prior to this black moon here. It's not, because this black moon is going to be affecting. It's going to be affecting. Okay, so let's just see the other ways that it'll affect the collective. You're in my mad world. Welcome. Thank you for contributing to my analytics. Okay? Because you're giving me your energy. Okay? It's this madness. And you see, that's a perfect example. They don't even know why subconsciously they're here. They're triggered by me. They're drawn to me all at the same time. This black moon, shout out to Mama Lilith, will help them understand. Oh my God, Darcy, you're a reject. Go use fentanyl. Please, guys, I can be triggered. I don't like when you guys get triggered. That will make me upset. Yes, BP, don't even focus on the trolls. Let's not, okay? I don't like you guys feeling away. Don't let them trigger you. That will trigger me. Okay, shout out to Mama Lilith. All right, this is for her time. Because a lot of what Mama Lilith was talking about, she was talking about what was in the shadows. And they told her she was a liar. They told her she was insane. They told her, they attacked her. They tried to kill her. They tried to destroy all her work. They tried to take credit for all her work. Lilith was always trying to shine her light on that darkness. And it's Lilith's time to get her recognition. Shout out to all the children of Lilith, because I read for the children of Lilith. There's a part of you that resonates with Lilith that was just trying to tell the truth, that could see in the darkness, and everybody was trying to gaslight you and tell you that you couldn't see. And you said, no, I can see, and I know what's there, and I know the truth. And you were attacked, you were abused, you were oppressed into perpetuating the lies that your oppressors had that fueled their best interests, not yours. So not even your own shadow Not even your own demon, not even your own inner liar agrees. Okay? Yeah, shout out to that's Lilith's time. Because it's all going to come out now, and what are you going to say? Lilith's been said that. Look what they called Lilith a snake, and she was in the Garden of Eden trying to warn these people, you can have anything in this whole fucking garden, just don't eat that apple. And they called her a snake. That's fucked. Whatever. I think we found out who the real snake was, though, didn't we? Told you I don't come from the bloodline of Lilith. I come from the bloodline. I don't come from the bloodline of Eve. I come from the bloodline of Lilith. You know who the real snake was, though. We found out, didn't we? Done. Ah, war. Okay. Yes, please like the video, guys, so it circulates to who it needs to circulate to. Anyways, let's see what else this dark moon has. And thank you to everybody who is donating. I appreciate you guys. Happy holidays. You guys know I don't celebrate pagan holidays anymore, but I do appreciate it. I do hope you guys are having an amazing holiday season with your family, your friends, and getting some time to relax, enjoy. If it isn't even with your friends or family, you're at least enjoying time to yourself with this black moon, letting it nurture your awareness of self. Because if you don't fight this black moon, it will liberate you. If you fight it, it will destroy you. It will attack you. It will suffocate you. You'll run, and everywhere you run, it will be there. It's the mirror. All that work we did with the Mirror Collective, we did it so that this black moon doesn't turn us insane. I'm telling you right now, if I personally didn't do all the work with the mirror, that's my goddaughter, by the way. If I personally didn't do all of that self-work with the mirror, these times I would have lost my shit. I still might lose my shit because I'm just easy to do that when I feel like it. You know, like I want to be in flow, like, you know, but I don't feel that effect. I feel like, yeah, okay, all right. But like last year, it felt like the House of Horrors, the universe, everywhere I turned, the universe was like, you're talking about yourself. That's a reflection of you. You're triggered because that's how you move. You're triggered because that's how you did move. You're triggered. It was just a nightmare. It was a nightmare, but thank God, because do you know how much I've empowered myself now? Being able to acknowledge the mirror and how much I've learned and grown and how much more how much more control I have over my real control, healthy control I have over my surroundings now, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Like, the mirror is worth it, but it's not easy. So if you're rejecting the mirror, I don't know if you'll have the strength to reject this black moon. I mean that. So if you're feeling really triggered by the mirror, don't go into this self-deprivation. I'm not good enough. That's not the point of the mirror. The mirror is so that you can see yourself and apply all of the healing and the love and the light and the understanding that you give to everybody else. Yeah, it's to apply it to you. Right? That's my sister from another mister. You guys have heard about her. I remember the one who gave birth on Christmas, and I was there. That's my sister. So different being around triggers now, seeing myself help so much. Love you, Des. We got this angel gang. We absolutely do. Okay, the universe will read you like some cards, okay? Yeah, Ashley, that's what the mirrors do. They read you for I couldn't, everywhere I turned. Here's another thing too, okay? I'm just warning you. Because I read this at the beginning of last year. Come here. I read this at the beginning of the last year. Remember, we were going into a dragon year, and I'm a dragon, and I wanted to know how a dragon year would affect a dragon. You have to face yourself in a really brutal way, and whoever is a snake, okay, because we're in a snake year, good luck. Okay, that's all I have to say. There was no area of my life, no stone unturned. Saturn was up in every nook and cranny of my existence. I could not hide everywhere. Every time I tried to project it on somebody else, it slapped me so quick back in my face. There was nowhere to project. There was nowhere to hide. There was nothing. Yes, it's very empowering. Much change. Okay. True alignment with self. All that's great. But the ego shedding that had to occur, massive. Okay. That's part of probably the reason why you guys haven't seen me. There's many reasons why you guys haven't seen me as often, but that's definitely one of them. I was so triggered by the mirror, and I'm like, I'm not ready to share or experience more triggering from Angel again, because you guys are also a mirror. Like, it was fun. It was okay. I'll be excited to, you know, get into February, get into the snake year, even though I have no idea what the effects of the snake is on the dragons, but we're gonna find out. You gotta do it first before you. Depends which year, Alex. Did we pray already? We did, right? Did we pray? Let's just pray again quick. Oh my God. Oh my God. The dark moon is going to reveal to you what you didn't know was happening behind closed doors. Reveal to you the part that person hid. I'm sure that lady walks around in her little dress, baking cookies, teaching students, and acting like the pillar of the community, and is in her home about to chop off the hair of her man to do some kind of Obeah witchcraft. Like, what? But do you get what I'm trying to say? It's all going to be revealed. Because there's a camera. You see how it's going to be revealed? Do you see the mirror at the bottom of the bed? And the knife? He can see her. Nine of Swords also speaks about stress, sleepless nights. So again, that goes back to that message. Some of you guys, regardless of the nature of the information or what occurred, you're overly stimulated and you can't sleep. It can be stress, but it can also be anxiety and overstimuli. Because when I originally got the message, you guys were very excited about what had transpired. You were up on the phone talking to your friend for like 5 hours about what happened, or you were like sitting and reflecting within yourself about a conversation that just occurred with somebody that you might not have spoke to in a long time, or somebody revealed to you a bunch of things or feelings that you had no clue, and now you're sitting and you can't sleep because your mind just wants to keep processing what has just transpired. For some of you, I'm not going to say go viral, but there's some kind of activity online where like you can be getting a lot of online orders, or you can be getting a lot of messages, comments on a particular post, or there's a lot of engagement or interaction. And some of you guys aren't used to that, and you're not sleeping, and you're up, and you're like, you're stimulated. Some of you guys are binge watching something. Witchcraft is not of the devil, man. People's bad mind, ignorant, self-loathing, greedy, duppy ways is the problem. Okay? Because then you can use these crafts for all kinds of horrible things, but you would have had to be a horrible person first. Do you get what I mean? Like, let's stop blaming the incense and the candles for all of our problems. Okay? It's people's bad mind, ignorant ways. This is the issue. And their lack of consciousness and understanding of karma. They said I was scaring my children by telling them the truth. Okay, that, you see what I'm trying to say? That's the story of Lilith. They're now going to demonize her motherhood, make her not feel like a mother. Meanwhile, she's the only one who loves her children enough to be honest and to tell them the truth, while these people who are demonizing her lie to their children every single day, and their children are going to grow up to either be liars just like them or hate them for the lies they told. Whoa. That's Lilith. That's the story of Lilith. That's the part of you that resonates with Lilith. And just know that part of you, Lilith rode for you all the while. She never left you alone. You never fought none of those battles alone, because Lilith was always there, because there's no one who will understand like Lilith what it's like to do the right thing and be attacked by everybody. and to still have the strength to do the right thing and not turn into the demon that they went and said she was in all these books. That's why I don't read them. They're liars. They say that Lilith's evil because Lilith knows the truth about what they did. The fuck? And she isn't afraid to tell everybody. She isn't afraid to go up against them. Remember, Lilith is Nyabingi energy. It's also the divine feminine soldier, warrior. Nyabingi was undefeatable. That's Lilith energy. I don't care what you say. If it takes all of us to die, we are going to fight this injustice. We are going to fight slavery. We're going to fight oppression until there's none of us left, because there's no point to be here under these circumstances. What? Stop joking. I've been in Jamaica too long. Or not long enough. Lilith and Cain frolicking through paradise. Yeah, it's the same thing. They said Cain killed his brother, but nobody really believed him. Why? Because he knew his brother was one dirty John Crow. Straight up. My grandfather had a brother like that. And no matter how mean my grandpa was, he had every right to do his brother like he did his brother, because his brother was a real weirdo. Straight up. Ooh, look, and then the Queen of Swords. Look at this. This is a weird scene playing out. Let's see more here. Let's see more. I'm a truck driver. I don't sleep. Listen, I be up. Our swords are ready. You see that? I also feel like it's the meek's time to inherit the earth, because the meek finally have enough darkness in them to do that. So the meek is going to have to rise up against some kind of injustice and trust and have faith that they have enough strength, truth, and support spiritually to do that and be fine. And that's why we pray to Big Bro and Jesus, because he covets us and gives us the strength to be able to run our mouths the way we do with the truth, in ways that we were getting hung, crucified, beaten, and decapitated for. Thank you to the ancestors who did this work and paved the way for us to so boldly run our mouth with the truth today. Or at least the truth we feel. I'm sharing my truth. Okay? I'm just sharing my outlook, and we resonate or we don't resonate. And I'm open to the outlook of the people that I read for. Because if they're open to me just by universal law, there's probably something I need to be open to them to make an energetic exchange. Meaning like, what is it? Each one teach one energy. Is that the... Remember, family court, though, is designed to control the family narrative and structure, not to really keep the family together. Lighting a candle for Angel Gang. I love that. Just careful what you do. Almost 800 in here. Like and boost the message. Oh, shit. Almost 800. We haven't had that many people in alive in a while. Oh, my God. Not the 7 of Swords clarifying the 9 of Swords. Guys, I'm not in the mood. Oh my God, guys. Okay, this is a very dark message. But there was somebody feeling sorry for somebody, but it was because you didn't know what they were doing behind the scenes, yo. There's somebody, the universe is going to bestow on them the same misfortune and destruction that they actively, this is somebody actively trying to control the energy and how it affects somebody in a negative way. The 7 of Swords, oh my God, the consequence is very grave for this person. But it's only a reflection of how much darkness that they put out. They wanted somebody to die. They wanted somebody to end up in the hospital. They wanted somebody to end up on the side of the road. They wanted somebody to be robbed. They wanted somebody to be raped. This is what somebody is going to experience because this is directly a reflection of what somebody wished for somebody. They will become conscious of this after this occurs. They will know it is specifically something. Like, this is somebody who went and paid for this. This is somebody who put in actual energy in the 3D towards somebody's demise. And I guess the universe didn't think it was justified because the universe spit every single ounce of that energy back. Remember, I told you guys want to be thieves and liars? Go be thieves and liars to other liars and thieves. Because you start doing it to honest people who don't steal. Oh my God. And then lie to yourself and tell yourself that you're justified in doing it for some reason. Oh my God. Anyways, let's see what else this dark moon's going to reveal. We've got the High Priestess in reverse. This is what I'm trying. The High Priestess in reverse is going to run her mouth. The High Priestess in reverse isn't in the shadows anymore. It's for her time. It's for Lilith's time. But I also feel like, collective, there's something you can't do alone. The universe knows. The universe sees that you're up for a challenge, but the universe knows you can't do it alone. But they want you to be up for the challenge. They just know you need some support. So collective, there's support coming in. I heard reinforcements. There's some kind of support coming into you, but your heart chakra, there's no cups here. Your heart chakra needs to be open enough to receive the love of these people, because there's something you're trying to pursue or do that you're not successfully going to be able to do without the love and support of this particular person or these people. So your heart chakra is being initiated in a very dark time. That's not easy, if that made sense. I hope so. And there's the water, the Ace of Cups. That made sense. I learned years ago, no matter how bad somebody did me, never wish death or evil upon them, because you conjure that energy first by transmuting it. Six of Swords in reverse. King of Wands. For some of you, there's like a big secret that gets revealed in the workplace. Like a really, really big secret. I feel like that will especially resonate if you work somewhere where like leadership is like family. Shit. Like cousins, like uncles, brothers, things like that, where it's like a decent size, small, mid-sized company. There's employees here. There's people who, because I feel like I'm reading for the person who works for this organization. Or if you are one of these owners, it's even worse, because I just think that this is like a shock. We've got the King of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse, with the King of Wands upright. That's another message, collective. Some of you guys are going to need to accept that you're the only one for the job, that you're the best person for it. You could be looking at somebody who has a lot of options, and you could be struggling to see yourself as the best option, but you are the best option. This is romantically, this is in the workplace. These are other options. They fell through. They're not cutting it. In whatever this is about, the King of Pentacles can't get it done. The King of Cups can't get it done. Only the King of Wands can get it done in this particular situation. This is accepting that you are the one. Only you can get it done. Stop pawning it off. You could be even being codependent and like putting an issue or a problem in the hands of somebody else because you don't see yourself as capable of overcoming it. Meanwhile, you're the best person to do that, and the universe is going to signal that to you so that you take on the responsibility because you see yourself as capable and able to. I don't give a fuck about you anymore. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson. Anymore. I don't give a fuck. Look at even the trolls bringing in bringing in channeled songs. The musically heavy music universe, like you'll hear it. I would make her a very peaceful and happy wife. Laugh my ass off. Oh my God, they used to be my ish, didn't it? I know. Give a fuck. Who remembers Salt? Yeah. Of course you remember Salt. Yeah. I love you guys. You guys are a vibe. There's Angel Gang flooding out the trolls. Jan 6, please, my B-Day coming up. Well, happy birthday in advance. It could be intense energies for your birthday, just saying. So, yeah, it's coming heavily. Good pussy don't come with bad vibes. I don't know why I sang that like such a little white girl. I couldn't help it, but your Nason is shit full of poverty. Shamar's going through it. Felt the energy for such a long time, like something is going on behind the scenes. I'm late to the party, but y'all, I think I'm still going to do the year ahead reading. I don't know. This might be the year ahead reading, or at least the first quarter of it. Help see my future. No, I can't do that. I read for people who can see their future. They just don't, they're just trying to get rid of any blockages that stop them from coming into union with the future that they desire. And if I am going to tell you about the future, I'm only going to tell you based on what you're aligned to. So based on where you're at currently, this is what is on that path. Because remember, you pick the path and then whatever's destined and fated on that path. So people can read your future, but you can change it depending on the path you pick. But there's always a fated and destined path, destined events on every path you pick. So that's why we're always trying to align to the best path, right? Doesn't mean there ain't going to be any obstacles, trials, or tribulations, but hopefully it will reflect our abundance, love of self, our importance surrounding community, connection, family, friends. I love your voice. Are you able to get demons or energies off of people? I feel negativity on me and I need to let it go. Yes, you can do lots of things. You can do spiritual baths. You can smudge out your space. But if you don't identify what is attracting the dark energy to you, it's like if you have flies in your house, if you don't identify where the sugar or the fruit or wherever the flies are generating from, you're not going to stop them from generating. So you're not going to stop the dark entities from coming towards you. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to identify what about you and your own darkness, negative energy, lack of love of self is drawing them in. You want to know the best way to get these negative energies off of you? Be positive. Love yourself. Bask in the light of God. Even on your darkest days, find opportunities to be grateful, offer somebody something, love on yourself, taking care of yourself. Oh my God, you're healthy, you're loving yourself. These demons don't want no parts. They want to feed off of your rotting flesh, your lack of, your self-loathing, your lack of love. It feeds off of all of that shit. But when you're loving yourself, it doesn't make for a good meal for these demons, man. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. That's not good. Why? Two of Wands in reverse. See, this is where this black moon is helping you. Because this is the Two of Wands. This is a new beginning in reverse. This new beginning, this path leads to the Ten of Pentacles. The reason why it's in reverse is because I don't believe the collective is on this. Or at least some people in the collective. Many of you are on this path, so I clarify that. But some of you, this dark moon, this black moon is going to help you. It's going to bring in the new beginning. You just have to choose it. You have to be humble enough and aware enough and love yourself enough to pick it. That's all you have to do. The universe is going to bring it right to your foot. The universe knows you need some help. The universe knows you're trying. Remember, God loves a trier. Aw, got baptized yesterday, stood in the rain and flops. Ooh, I felt that in my soul. Aw, my firstborn and I will celebrate our birthday tomorrow. Aw. Saturn energy, yes. Shalimar, you're so triggered. Get it together. You're commenting on a public platform. Get it together, sir. Is Lilith and Sophia the same? Who's Sophia? Happiest. It sounds like something the Europeans tried to. Happiest born. Pluto and Aries. Okay, let's wrap up here. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you guys are going to get a new job opportunity that you didn't anticipate. But I don't know if you're going to take it. Some of you guys are too focused on a karmic energy that you're getting distracted from your new beginning, the new timeline, what you want. Okay, we understand what you don't want. We understand what you don't want to experience anymore, what you've had enough of. But you have to put your focus and your energy on what you do want now and what you do feel like you deserve, but you won't if you don't believe in it. So some of you guys are still stuck in the Bordeaux between your old timeline and your new timeline, and this black moon will help you, give you an opportunity to get focused back on your new timeline because of whatever this Two of Wands opportunity is. It's going to get your attention. What you'll do with that then, I don't know. Your consciousness will determine. But this is an opportunity to get back in alignment with your new timeline when maybe some like stress, some drama, some things you've been going through kind of distracted you and got you more focused on like what isn't working out, what you are struggling with, what isn't happening, what can't happen now. It's like coming out of that negative energy because you don't want to, okay, collective. And if you are in that energy, just don't manifest. You don't have to be manifesting all the time. Sometimes you need to just say to yourself, I'm not in a good energy. I need to not manifest in this energy. Don't talk about what you want. Don't try, just accept that this isn't the greatest energy for manifesting. I'm going to give it a try tomorrow. For example, you're in a horrible energy. You just got into a fight. You're eating junk food. You're not doing anything to nurture yourself. Put yourself in a better mood. You're just acknowledging that today isn't a good day, but that's the day you want to go online and start swiping. Who you're an energetic vibrational match to that day when you're swiping is not going to be the same as who you're an energetic vibrational match to tomorrow if you just let yourself come out of this nasty mood and energy you're in, because you know you're not optimistic, you know you're not faithful of your future today, you know you're not in a good mood. So why would you manifest something that is you're going to manifest something that's a reflection of that? You don't have to believe me, but yeah. Ten of Cups in reverse. Oh shit, that's this dark moon. Wow. There was an issue or a problem. This tower struck and brought you out of union with something or someone or a group of people. And you never went back into union with them again. Whether you come back into union with them again or not, because the sun shows you coming back into union with them, this black moon is going to make you aware of this. Some of you might just even think, what would my life be like if this person was still a part of it? Or I wonder what's going on with this person after all this time. I wonder if they think about what happened. Shit like that. That's this black moon. That's Lilith telling you it's okay. It's okay. We're going to go through this together. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's okay. Okay, we got the Four of Pentacles. There was some kind of plan. Okay, so for some of you, you had some kind of plan. You were building something. Four of Pentacles energy. You had some kind of plan with a group of people. It's going to fall through, but it's going to fall through because there was a lack of union that was not being addressed. So these people were trying to come together and do something, but there were issues, underlying issues with them. This could be in the workplace, this could be in your family, but this is trying to force people to get something done when they have a bunch of underlying issues. So it's like, even if it's just a family event, you're going to eat food and things like that, it's like addressing what's under the surface. So it's like you go to this family dinner and you're like, we can't even have a family dinner. There was arguing, there was fighting. It's because you're trying to do something that you can't do because you're not addressing the issues that stop these people from being at least able to sit down and have a meal. So for some of you, you're fighting with people. Or no, sorry. For some of you, you're trying to work with people and you keep getting into fights. You either need to stop trying to work with them or address the actual issues instead of just trying to force, well, we got to get this done and we got to do this and we got to get this and we're going to do all this. And it's like, no, you're not. Because that dinner you think is that you're forcing to happen, an hour in is going to be a mess, arguing. Half of the people are going to walk out. There's going to be people in the parking lot talking shit. Like, it's going to be not what you thought. Okay, this great plan, this family vacation, this empire, family empire. There is no family empire. Okay, you're not going to build nothing because there's so many fucking issues that haven't been addressed, that if you try to build in this state, all of those issues will be holes in this foundation that will essentially bring in this eventually. You see all those blocks? Those were all the issues embedded in the foundation that never got addressed, crumbling to the floor. So it's better if you're going to build slower and sturdier by addressing the red flags, because they don't go anywhere. They're a part of what you're building, but they're soft spots in the foundation that make it easy to break. So whether it's a relationship with friends, a romantic partner, family, even in the workplace, you can go to, some of you are going to go to your manager and boss and be like, okay, we're not making the quotas. We're not getting, because some of you guys keep going to these weekly meetings and you're not making your quotas. You're feeling like, oh my God, we keep getting like shit on because we're not completing the task. So just address the underlying issues. Okay, we can't complete it because the work isn't equally distributed. We have people who won't talk to other people. We have people in competition with other people here. So the objective and the goal isn't actually being focused on because there's all these other underlying issues going on that HR should probably address. Wait, here's a perfect example. You're not happy, you're miserable, and you want everyone else to feel the same. Cinderella, find your shoe. That is a projection. Do you understand? This is what this black moon is going to trigger up. This is, so you see how she's projecting that onto me? This black moon and Lilith are going to show her how miserable she actually is, how unhappy she actually is, and how she's Cinderella waiting for some prince to save her from whoever she considers her evil, wicked family, and he probably isn't going to come. Or at least you can continue watching twin flame readings. They can maybe tell you if he's going to come or not. But that is a projection. She doesn't know, this person does not know how I live, if I'm happy or not. I'm literally out here living my dreams. I fly to Toronto and Jamaica whenever I feel like it. I burn frankincense, pray, and do tarot readings for a living. My hair is growing longer than it's ever been. I bathe in rivers every day. I literally live the definition of freedom, or at least as much as my small brain can comprehend at this time. I'm sure there's more freedom I can have, but that was a projection. This black moon is going to show her how unhappy she really is. It is longer because I don't use tap water anymore. I only use river water. Nobody look for me and have your show. No, you sure don't. Thank you. Go pray. So right on Cinderella projections. The glow says it all. Thank you, Rose Tint. And I ain't even trying to like pretend I'm overly happy. Oh my God, I've had one of the hardest years of my life. I've never cried so much. Look at the bags under my eyes. Like, I'll moderate for free. No. Guys, if the lack of moderator really bothers you, then you're being triggered by the chat. So don't tell me not to be triggered by the chat. Don't project that. You need to ask yourself if you're triggered by the chat and what you can do to overcome that. Oh, Empress. Shamar. I am a depressed king, nevertheless, I'm a king, so go ahead and judge me. It's okay. You see? But instead of him just saying that, this is why he's here. Don't let all the bullshit and the trolling and all that fucking bullshit. This Shalamar is needs this space just as much as anybody else, is just as excited of me going live as anybody else. Okay, was here real quick in the beginning. One of the first, notification, everything. Okay, and instead of just being open to the space and being authentic and vulnerable, which is what this dark moon is really trying to trigger, it's that moment where that person just took a moment to say, I'm depressed. You should have led with that, yo. Just because you're depressed, don't try to project that onto everybody else and tell everybody else they're unhappy when you're probably actually surrounded by happy people, because the universe is trying to show you that there is a choice you can make. You don't have to stay depressed the way you are. You can be happy. Look at people around you who've gone through similar things and have found a way out of the depression into some happiness. Be inspired by your space, okay? Don't show your ass in it. Have some awareness as to why you're here. Okay, and it's because you're depressed. Okay, we're all working through depression. It's been a year. It's been a lifetime. Fuck all of them, Susan. Oh, now I'm a cunt. Well, I bet I'll see you next Tuesday because you'll continue to be tuned in. Just know you need me, and I will definitely give you the truth that you need. You can tune in anytime. We won't moderate you out. You need this space. Oh yeah, you need this space. And you know what's really funny? He's calling me a cunt. Meanwhile, this person has like people OBing them and witchcrafting them and doing sacrifices, and like this person's gone through a lot of shit. No wonder why they're depressed. The people they've tried to love are actual cunts and horrible people. But they're a reflection of your lack of faith in humanity and how disgusting you've been to the people who've tried to love you. So you should probably reflect. Here's the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is what this dark moon is going to trigger in all of us, even them, to reflect. And I know people hate doing that, but it's better to just get it out of the way so you can move forward. All right, we're going to wrap up. Any other final messages? Temperance in reverse. Seven of Pentacles and Justice. The time wasn't then, but it is now. These are two cards about patience. This is either somebody's lack of patience, them learning the hard way that this was a virtue they needed to learn, that they weren't respecting, or this is there's nothing to wait for anymore and the time is now. It's one of the two. And it's about justice. I told you this is the justice Lilith deserves, and each and every single one of you have a piece of her in you. Remember, Eve came from Adam's rib. I don't believe Lilith is even the first. We're not even going to go into that. But all I know is that Adam came from a vagina. Okay, and Lilith didn't come from no rib. Okay, all I know, though, is it's Lilith's turn Lilith was just trying to tell the truth. Lilith was just trying to acknowledge what was really there. Even if it was hard to look at, even if it wasn't pretty, even if it was ugly, even if it was scary, even if it was heartbreaking, Lilith had the courage to look at it and was attacked for acknowledging what was there. The justice is here. For that part of you, collective, that archetype inside of you. And just know this justice is long overdue, because none of us have waited for it longer than Lilith has. Anyways, guys, that was the reading. That was our dark full moon reading, or our dark moon reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys can share your own channeled messages about what this dark moon could be to the collective, how it could affect us, what it could do, how it's already affecting you. Maybe you remember the last dark moon. I've never read for a dark moon before. So some of you guys could have read for a dark moon before, or felt its impact, or can remember when it last affected you. But share in the comments, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you to everybody who liked, shared, subscribed. Also, I think until tomorrow, the sale, the 20% off the entire frankincense website. All right, so you guys can take advantage of that before prices go back regular. And I will be looking to get at least 1 or 2 new species this year, so you can look out for those. Because I know for those of you that drink it as a tea and use it to keep your immune system up, we always need a new one for the year, right? Because the trees adapt every year, and we want the resin from the tree adapting to the climate of the year prior, the environment of the year prior. It's good for our immune. It's a natural, it's like what the flu shot was trying to do, but you naturally do it with frankincense. But you would need, at least every 2 years, you would need a new batch. But anyways, and yeah, so that's at smudgealot.com. You can check the description below. For personal readings, guys, I am doing them. You can go to Patreon/Queen Cup. I do more regular content over there, but it isn't daily. I post when I can. Sometimes I record them and then I just post them when I have access to enough internet. So Patreon gang, I will be posting some content between today and tomorrow. So if you are not able to watch it and you're not carrying on with the subscription, just copy and paste the link somewhere, save it somewhere, and then you'll be able to access the video after the fact. You won't get access to any of the new videos for the month, but any of the ones for December that you didn't get to watch, you can just save the link, post it in your browser, and you'll get access to it, okay? But for the usual suspects, we will be doing February together, and I'm still not really sure how I feel about that. I feel a little better, actually, honestly, after doing this Black Moon reading. So I am feeling a little bit more optimistic about going into 2025. I was feeling a little bit like PTSD from 2024. I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about what 2025 has. I'm still rattled and shook up from 2024. But it was all for my best, and I regret nothing. And I'm just grateful I survived everything. And I'm just grateful for my continued protection and guidance on my journey, and the love and support of my family, friends, and angel gang, of course. This year was hard, but don't you feel stronger for making it because it was so hard? I do. Anyways, I'll catch you guys later, okay? Until next time, please let all beautiful parts of your integrated soul live, and just know the world is a better place when you do live so, okay? Ciao. We made it. You're done now.